hot like 100. Hello, 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 hello.
Loading, straight for the lyrics like I'm bowling. Keep pushing on, keep rolling. And I wanna listen, but I told him one more time. Your favorite MC's bronze or silver. These vibes here are golden. Cards on the table, there's no folders. Spit bars at the club, zoning. TikTok come to London, get ripped off. Man get pissed off when I start lift off. Sweet like flavors, cookie and biscuit. Planted, yeah, the bars I get ripped off. Picked up my song, yo, every time I tripped up. Little petty kid, the big bop. Me and my G's do everything mix up. Full circle, that everybody linked up. That's irrelevant, maybe like an elephant. Keep it hard, but you know that it's elegant. Get mad, but always benevolent. Always moving up, just leveling. Constantly telling them rhyming, riddling. Cycle through these streets, I'm pedaling. Hibernating and boom, she's back again. Oh, cause a little fire on the track again. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Yeah, if you want buff, we can go psycho. Head to head, bar to bar, turn the mic on. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Yeah, it's clear, it's evident. Yeah, I don't mind, I'll do it for the hell of it. Yeah, elevate bars, I regulate. Yeah, UK, wheel up the tune, just meditate. If we didn't get it by now, then you're kinda late. Man thinks he's a bad man, but he's kinda bait. Live every day like it's my last, celebrate. Mind on the task, we calibrate. Loaded, straight for the lyrics like I'm bowling. Keep pushing on, keep rolling. Didn't wanna listen, but I told him. One more time, your favorite MC's bronze or silver. Too bad these vibes here are golden. Cards on the table, there's no folding. Spit bars at the club, zoning. That's irrelevant, memory like an elephant. Keep it hard, but you know that it's elegant. Get mad, but always benevolent. Always moving up, just leveling. Constantly telling them rhyming, riddling. Cycle through these streets, I'm pedaling. Hibernating them boom, she's back again. Oh, cause a little fire on the track again. Turn the music on, vibe like an icon. Yeah, if you bump up, we can go psycho. Head to head, bar to bar, turn the mic on. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Who's the icon? Who's the icon? Icon.
Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. Please hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. We are racing through August. Is it just me or does it just feel like where is the time going? I cannot believe we are almost halfway through August. It's like, oh my goodness. I feel like this month has gone really, really fast. Like I honestly feel like the whole year has gone really, really slow, but this month has gone really, really fast. Anywho, thank you so much to Vera for the super sticker and also Cynthia for the super sticker as well. Very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you as always, y'all, for the support. And yes, our fave was spotted out and about. And the Derangers, because we know that they're bigger fans than we are, right? We're Googling what the weather was in Santa Barbara. Now, we know that the paparazzi, they take pictures and they save them and they put them out, as and when they either want to paint some kind of narrative or, things have died down and they need to rev things up. So here comes some pictures. But she does genuinely look very kind of relaxed and happy in these photos, which is why I don't mind sharing them this time. The last set of photos that they had out of her, I feel like they were just deliberately trying to make her look bad. Right. Oh, and shout out to Rebecca, the Duchess of Success Instagram page, who did a fabulous job identifying all of the pieces, and I'm pretty sure these are all sold out. We've got a Max Mara coat, some Lanvin earrings, I think that is, Givenchy belt, gorgeous, and Hermes scarf, lovely. So yeah, if you want to deplete your savings or skip a month's rent payment, there you go. But of course, as always, I feel like the pieces that Meghan wears, they're just so on trend, and like you'll be able to replicate them without actually having to buy the designer goods. So for example, that coat, you could buy a very close dupe of that from Zara for sure, and like some white jeans from H&M, those cute flats, you'll probably find those at Zara as well. Those earrings, you'll probably find something close to that at H&M or something, right? And even the scarf, you could probably find something like that at a market. Also, over in Montecito, Meghan's friend, Misan Harriman, was with, I believe this is, right, Lightside actually told me who this was because I didn't know who it was, with, oh, he's married to Maria Sharapova, but he used to be married to Misha Nuno, who it's alleged hooked Harry and Meghan up. So maybe Miss Anne went over and said hello to Meghan. I don't know, but he was around the Montecito area. I didn't cover it, but there was a story with Miss Anne actually this week, because he'd gone into a store. He lives in the UK, obviously, but he'd gone into a store in Surrey, and this was like a children's toy store or something like that. And there was a photo of slaves on a tobacco field. And he questioned why this photo would be there in what is meant to be a toy family store. And the explanation that he got from the owners was that it was, a homage of the work that people had done on the tobacco plantation. Like, it was just some really weird explanation as to why this image, and it's like, it was a huge poster, by the way. It wasn't just like a small poster, and I think it was right behind the cashier. And there was someone else, I think an athlete or someone who had actually flagged this store before, but they hadn't taken down the poster. So Miss Anne posted about it. It went viral, and they've now taken down the poster. But I find that really, really odd. Why would you have a photo of slaves on a tobacco plantation in a children's store in England, Surrey? Really strange. Anywho, Omid, who has a book coming out later on this year, don't forget, Endgame, make sure you pre-order. He tweeted about that ridiculous poll that they did over in the US about the use of public figures in the news. I still cannot believe that they even bothered to do this. And as Omid said, I really don't get this bizarre poll and the fuss about it. William is no doubt a popular royal, but asking a group of Americans who is favorable out of a list of 12 polarizing US politicians, a murderous dictator, and 2 royals and Ukraine's president is so random and nonsensical. It is random and nonsensical, but I think a desperate times call for desperate measures. They have to put something out there, and this is it. Who do you like? Who do you like more? Who do you think is more favorable, Putin or Prince William? I mean, I don't know whose idea this was. All I can say is this was a waste of. If this came from the palace, this was a waste of time and ridiculous. All I have to say about that. Right. Let's go to your comments. If you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We're racing towards 18,000. Elaine, greetings. Hopefully you've given yourself time to heal. Yes, and I actually feel healed. I think I underestimated just how shaken that whole incident had me, and it's actually really only today that I feel really good and happy again. So just the lesson to everyone, like, do just give yourself time to chill out. It's very easy to just, carry on, put one foot in front of the other, but the body knows how it feels. So thank you everyone for your well wishes. It really did make me feel better. But yes, today I absolutely do feel really, really good again. Although I am still going to be leaving Turkey earlier than I had planned, unfortunately, but I think that's the best thing for me. Yeah, Cinderella, summer always goes by too fast. Like the heat wave was here and then it went. Yeah, J Matt, none of my business, but where is Kate and Willie? They need to find them under the rock they're hiding. Yeah. Where are they? That is a good question. I remember when the squad used to say like, "Oh, this royal's disappeared, that royal's disappeared," and because even though I started this podcast 2 years ago, I never really actually paid that much attention to the royal schedule. Like, if something funny or weird or ridiculous or tone deaf happened, obviously I would report on it. And I think if you've been following my podcast for the last 2 years, you'd know that. But it's not like I was actually looking at their schedule to see what they were doing that day. And it's actually now that I'm starting to notice when they go missing. And it's true. Kate hasn't been seen now, I think since Wimbledon, and on her schedule there was nothing planned for like 2 months. And if you're gonna say, "Oh, summer holidays," well, summer holidays is a month, and parents do still work. They've got nannies, probably like 10 of them. The average British person probably gets about 2 to 3 weeks off. So it's not an excuse for them to disappear and not have anything on schedule, Kate especially, for 2 months. Like, where is she? And what are they doing in that 2 months? Serious questions that need to be answered. Oh gosh, we got a troll in the chat. Oh, goodbye, troll. Thank you for listening and giving me views, though. Honestly, I don't know why they even bother. Okay, we'll go into the next thing. Yeah, just to I just think highlight the awfulness of the tabloids. Um, Condolences to Sandra Bullock. She has lost her partner, and Sandra's had a very up and down time with relationships. I think her ex Jesse, was it Jesse James? I think he famously cheated on her, and they were always kind of like this odd couple, but he genuinely seemed like he loved her and she really loved him, and then he just ended up being an absolute jerk. And Sandra's probably one of the most unproblematic people in Hollywood. Always donating to charity. I think she adopted a child as well. And then it seemed like she'd found love again after her last really bad relationship. And unfortunately, he passed away. But look at the way in which the tabloids were reporting on their relationship, that their relationship was on the rocks, when in fact, the guy was basically dying. And you have Star Magazine, who actually had every opportunity to take this publication off the shelf, but they've allowed it to just continue to run. And then you have the Daily Fail also reporting on their relationship like they were having a breakup, when actually, goodness knows what they were going through behind the scenes, because he was ill. And Star Magazine wrote, "Word is they've made the difficult decision to end it. They've been drifting apart and leading separate lives for a while. That Brian is resentful of Sandra's career. He felt neglected and taken for granted. And the guy's, he's passed away." And we see them do this with our faves. Harry's living in a hotel. Harry hates his life. Just making things up out of thin air, never really knowing what people are going through. And in the case of Sandra and her partner's relationship, the guy was unwell. Oy, just I don't know how um we get to a stage where these tabloids learn to just watch, have some boundaries. Because to be reporting that they're drifting apart and they're having issues when the guy is basically dying, just so low class. So low class. Okay, over back with the royals. But the flip side, sorry, before I go to the next thing, the flip side of when things like this do happen and when the tabloids report in this very nasty way is it does leave room for more conversation of how we can actually tackle this issue. But back with the royals. So obviously with all of the fires and environmental devastation over in Hawaii, Charles did put out a statement. Um, the statement was a lot longer, but this was just a snippet. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? You can tell me in the comment section. Do you think that statements like this are still necessary, especially if you're not going to physically actually do something? What are words? Especially when you're a whole king, you can't even, throw some toilet paper over there. I mean, even Trump was throwing toilet paper, and I've seen celebrities go down there, just give a little bit of something instead of just words. Like, should we still like? Is this something that you think that important figures should still be doing, just releasing statements? Is there a point to this if you're not going to physically actually do anything that helps? I also found some of the comments on this post to be really weird. So you had like this one woman who said, his sympathy is welcome. Utterly horrified sounds too dramatic. The Queen might have toned that down a bit. You have a whole island that's burning, and you're concentrating on how a statement is worded. And then you also had this other guy saying the late Queen may have phrased the messaging saddened, possibly profoundly, deeply saddened, subtle but appropriate update for the times. Well done. Like, am I the only one who thinks that's a bit weird? Like, people have their homes burned, and you're nitpicking over how a statement was worded. I don't know. I thought that was really, really weird. J Matt, thanks for the new membership. Welcome. Welcome to the asylum, as Church Nelly would say. Much appreciated. Some of your comments. Oh dear. Yeah, I won't read some of those out, but that's probably the case. Agnes, she said she is so lazy. They both are. Yeah, they both are. I mean, 2 months. I'm sorry, but that is just too long. What are they doing? Dear oh dear. Oh, do we have trolls in the chat? Welcome, trolls. Thanks for joining us. Okay. So I'm trying to get through your comments before we get into the next thing, folks. Star, everyone else is drifting apart except the two people we all know really aren't. I mean, are you referring to the tabloids when you say that? Because they always have to make something up. Light side, you said they are dirty, but what else do we expect? They need to be leveled, bankrupted to stop this trash. Yeah. And you've got the group that owns the Express over in the UK trying to expand their operations in the US because I think they've really realized that they managed to do some damage, but it wasn't really enough. Like they won a few battles, but they really haven't won the war. And the war really was one-sided. Harry and Meghan were not warring with these people; they were warring with Harry and Meghan. And I think this week really has them shook because Harry's had a great reception in Singapore, great press, and most of the mainstream media, even in the UK, has been reporting. I've seen Sky News covered the whole thing. Anne Lewis, she said, it's possible the British government might provide help and seeing what's necessary. Yeah, very likely. Rosa, Charles didn't send help to Canada for the fires, and that was burning there. Yeah, I mean, I think they just have to do better than just sending statements now. V Tom, it's personal. No one needs to hear you're deeply saddened when they have no home, no food. I think this statement is useless. Hmm. Sonia, you said statements are all right for me. Our leaders do the same for others, and some always send along assistance also. In the case of Charles, let's see what the government does. Fair enough. That's a fair enough point. H Knight, you said if a statement isn't backed up by some actions, then why do it? Someone was commenting on why doesn't Oprah help? She has and is, and also has property there. Yeah, she was literally there actually. I saw a video. She was handing out things in the shelter. She was literally there because I think, yeah, she has a home there. So does Jeff Bezos, and I think Peter Thiel has a home there as well. A lot of these rich folks have homes there. Cynthia, didn't they announce last month that they were going on vacation? A 2-month vacation? That's a very long vacation. I mean, August is the children's holidays. But like I said, they've got nannies. And ordinary parents do still work. Okay. Next thing. All right, let's get on to the polo, shall we? Harry and Nacho at the polo. I believe they did they draw? I think it was like 7-7 or something like that. Anyway, they looked great out on the polo field. They raised over $1 million. I think there was something like 290 people came to actually watch the match. And I mean, look at these two fine beings here. Delphina's husband and Meghan's husband. Now, me personally, if you don't look at me the way Nacho looks at Harry, I don't want us to be friends. Okay. This is the type of love I need, or I don't need you. I really do feel like Dana just sent Harry everyone he needed for when he left this institution. And I think it's amazing that Harry does have a brother in Nacho. It's clear that they are more than friends. They are really brothers. And it just shows that sometimes um you make family in other ways. And it's unfortunate what has happened with Harry and William, but as we read in Spare and as is becoming more obvious, um, they weren't perhaps as close as the firm made it out to be to the public. And Harry stated that when William had his children, he was waiting for that invite. He was ready to be Uncle Harry, and it just never really happened the way he wanted it to happen. And now he gets to, I guess, make a family with Nacho's family and with, their other friends in Montecito and other, extended friends as well. So I think it's an example that it's okay if your family are the source of your traumas to set boundaries and create distance if you need to. And I think that Harry has and Meghan have both set a very good example in that way, because I think that sometimes in our society we have this attitude that oh well, it's your family. You just have to put up with it. You have to look the other way. And it's just not fair to have to constantly put up with abuse from the people who are meant to love you the most. And if you have to put some distance and set boundaries and just say, "Do you know what? Enough is enough. I'm leaving. I'm going to leave you over there," then do it. Because look at the results when you do. Harry just looks so happy, so content. And he's just doing his thing, raising money for charity, traveling the world, spreading the good name of Centre Ballet and Archwell. And they tweeted, "What a day! The Duke of Sussex and Nacho Figueras battled it out on opposing teams in this year's Centre Ballet Honda Polo Cup, with the final score leveling at 7-7 with honours shared." Amazing. I've posted loads of videos. So if you go to the video tab, I think there's like 4 different tabs now. There's the shorts tab, the videos tab, the live tab. Okay, so there's 3 video ones. So if you check out all of them, I posted some shorts and some videos as well, so you can see what they were doing on the polo field. But it looked like everybody had a good time, and a great amount of money was raised from the polo match, and the squad continued to raise an incredible amount of money. I think we're almost at 30,000 for the squad fundraiser. So thank you everyone who has donated and who's been sharing it around. But of course, the Rangers have been losing their minds. You had Richard Eden, Maureen. How you doing, Maureen? Long time. Well done to Prince Harry for getting through Singapore Border Patrol. Was he not meant to get through Singapore Border Patrol? And then you also had this from Kate Manzi. Most Brits now say Harry should be stripped of his place as fifth in line to the throne and blocked from ever becoming king, new poll shows. Somebody please tell me, isn't Kate Manzi still in a court battle over another headline that she wrote about Harry's security, false information over Harry's security? So I'm surprised that she's actually still writing articles about Harry at all, because I wouldn't want none of that heat. But we've gone from strip them of their titles to strip him of his place as fifth in. I mean, listen, I don't know anything actually about the monarchy and constitutional law, but trying to strip someone just of their dukedom, of their basic title, is one thing. Trying to take someone out of the line of succession, is that even possible? How would you even do that? I mean, wouldn't they have to commit treason or something? The fact that they're even suggesting this, and this is Kate Manzi, so she's definitely a palace insider. For her to write this, and in the same week that Harry is in Singapore raising a great amount of money for charity, somebody in the palace is feeling very, very jealous of how well Harry has been received and covered this week, because this is just ridiculous. Nonetheless, just a reminder to anybody in the palace who may be listening, and all of the derangers, you can strip them of their titles, you can take Harry out of the line of succession. Guess what? I'm going to still be here with this podcast. We're all still going to be here supporting Harry and Meghan. Because one more time, in case you didn't hear us, the 500 other times we've said it, we like Harry and Meghan for what Harry and Meghan do as individuals. We don't care about the titles. You care about the titles. Only you care about the titles. So you can continue to waste your time talking about titles and who we're going to strip of the titles. It doesn't matter to us. It really doesn't. It only matters to you. And with that, I am done. Haters can remain bitter. Thank you as always, everyone, for coming along and all your donations and support. Much appreciated. Right, let's get through your comments. Can we please behave ourselves in the comments section? These men have wives. Oh my goodness. You lot behave. Vera, Oprah was asking people what they needed and they went shopping then went shopping for what they needed. Yeah. Oprah's always been very generous. Cinderella, aren't they all in Balmoral? I don't know where they are. I just know that no one's really seen them. I mean, Charles has been out and about. He's been to some festivals. I believe that Anne did some things. I think Sophie's been doing some things. Edward's been out and about. So actually, everyone other than William and Kate. Actually, no. William has been out and about. It's Kate. It's Kate who's missing. No, William was giving out burgers. It's Kate who's missing. And Charles was at that festival. Yeah, Edward's been out and about. Anne's been out and about. It's Kate. Where's Kate? Yeah, Harry is 100% in his season and in his stride. Vera, you got that type of love for me in buckets, Anne. Oh, thank you. Love you all too. Lottie, I don't think William wants his kids to know Harry's kids. Have they ever met? I saw one set of pap photos when Archie was a baby and they'd gone out and Kate was there and some other people from their friendship group was there. Um, but that's I think the only photo I've ever seen. But again, like Archie was a baby. Um, so I don't think they've pretty much since they've left, no. Because Harry and Meghan have never well they brought the kids back for the Jubilee, but I don't believe that the Cambridge kids were there at the Frogmore Cottage birthday celebration. And he said Princess Diana was always telling Charles to remember Harry when his grandmother took William to mentor him in all things royal. Harry was always excluded. How does a child feel? Well, do you know what? In a weird way, as hurtful as that probably would have been for Harry, in a very weird way, I think they actually did him a favor because I think that Harry knew that he was on his own and he had to do something pretty spectacular on his own. Whereas William was just coddled and he's now at the age of 40 something, not really knowing what to do with himself, giving out burgers, not really knowing who he is. So I think the institution thought that they were doing something when they just decided to treat the spare, well, like spare second fiddle. But I think it just made Harry stronger and gave him the ammunition to prove that he could be more than the spare, the tabloid fodder, the family clown, as the tabloids tried to paint him. He's a cute. What is with those Rangers? Yes, what is with them? For real. For real. Joseph, when will they realize our faves don't give a warm squat about those titles? Well, I don't know how Harry and Meghan feel about those titles personally. Harry has said that he is still a monarchist. So, for them, this is, you know, what he has been born into and what Meghan has married into. So I actually don't know how they feel about the titles, and I'm not going to speak on their behalf about how they personally feel about the titles, especially when it comes to their children, because they were still very determined to have their children have those titles and make the choice for themselves. I'm just speaking us as fans. Most of us here are not monarchists and don't care about those titles. We just care about Harry and Meghan. Period. Leslie, they can't strip him from the line of succession. He either has to abdicate, or only other exception is treason against the crown. Yes. And even then, like, I mean, didn't kings do treasonous things before? And they didn't get, well, I mean, some of them literally got beheaded, but I've never seen it where it was like an act through parliament where like somebody got taken out the line of succession. The only time that's kind of ever happened is when there was like revolution from the people. And like, they're mad he's going after the rags in court. Yes, they are, but they can stay mad. February is going to come around real fast. Lola, I think they really don't want Archie and Lily to be in the line of succession. Yeah, I think that's another thing that's irking them. But it's just so ridiculous because they're so far down the line. You know, so that, like, the possibility of Archie and Lily ever being close to the crown is just, it's so impossible. I don't even know what they're threatening about. J-Matt, who is that woman? Her name keeps popping up. She wants Harry. Harry doesn't want to be king. He never did. Yeah, and he said this. She can keep dreaming of Harry. She will never have him. Well, the closest she's ever going to get is being sued by him. Oh, dear. All right, I'm going to end it there, folks. Thank you so much. I was going to do calls, but I think I will just move it to next Friday. We'll see what comes this week. I'll just let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Black Cougar, you said, I hate it when you have to go. Yeah. Well, that was my thing actually for 2023. I think I said this at the very beginning of the year. I wanted shows just to be more condensed and to the point. And I think I've stayed true to that for the most part. All right. Go and enjoy Barons, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. Ciao. Keep donating to Santa Barley.
Hot like 100. Hello, 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 hello.
Loading, straight for the lyrics like I'm bowling. Keep pushing on, keep rolling. And when I listen, but I told him one more time. Your favorite MCs, bronze or silver. These raps here are golden. Cards on the table, there's no folders. Spit bars at the club, zoning. TikTok comes along, I get ripped off. Man get pissed off when I start lift off. Sweet like flavors, cookie and biscuit. Planted, yeah, the bars I get ripped off. Picked up myself, yo, every time I tripped up. Little petty tenders, the big rock. Me and my G's do everything mix up. Full circle, now everybody linked up. That's irrelevant, memory like an elephant. Keep it hard, but you know that it's elegant. Get mad, but always benevolent. Always moving up, just leveling. Constantly telling and rhyming, bridging. Cycle through these streets, I'm pedaling. Hibernating and boom, she's back again. Oh, cause a little fire on the track again. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Yeah, if you want buff, we can go psycho. Head to head, bar to bar, turn a mic on. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Yeah, I don't mind, I'll do it for the hell of it, yeah. Elevate bars, I regulate, yeah. UK, wheel up the tune, just meditate. If we didn't get it by now, then they kinda late. Man thinks he's a bad man, but he's kinda bait. Live every day like it's my last, celebrate. Mind on the task, we calibrate. Loaded, strike with the lyrics like I'm bowling. Keep pushing on, keep rolling. Didn't wanna listen, but I told him. One more time, your favorite MCs, bronze or silver. Too bad, these vibes here are golden. Cards on the table, there's no folding. Spit bars at the club, zoning. That's irrelevant, memory like an elephant. Keep it hard, but you know that it's elegant. Get mad but always benevolent. Always moving up, just leveling. Constantly telling them rhyming, riddling. Cycle through these sheets, I'm pedaling. Hibernating them boom, she's back again. Oh, cause the little fire in the track again. Turn the music on, vibe like an icon. Icon, yeah, if you bump up, we can